It's a Chair Pat the Red Neo here. Welcome to day 49 of your 7-week mind body reset. And I know someone told me that I accidentally skipped a day somewhere, and we're going to end up with 50 days instead of 49. I hope you're not getting distracted by a minor detail like that, because a few people are, and it's just silly, okay? The important thing is that you actually apply these things and get the results. So we are on, I'm just going to go ahead and call it day 48. And so we're about to wrap things up here, but remember, this is just the beginning. So what I want you to do is go over your time blocks that we worked on last week in terms of your urgent and non-urgent tasks, things that are necessary and things that are related to your purpose, right? Necessary versus value driven, urgent versus non-urgent, those 4 quadrants that we talked about last week. Go to last week's videos on my YouTube channel if you didn't do those, or if you're lost on these, or maybe you skipped over that thinking that you could get by without it. Go back, and I want you to revise your time blocks. The reason I'm saying revise is because you start blocking out your time according to these quadrants, and you're not going to get everything right the first week. So you want to go back, spend an hour, sit down every week to look at your financial spending and the way you spent your time, the way you spent your time and your money. I recommend doing this every Sunday, and just block yourself out a good 90 minutes to sit down with these things and plan them and track them. What gets measured gets better, right? What doesn't get measured turns into a mess. It turns into chaos. The double slit experiment proves this, by the way. I'm not going to get into too much detail about that, but you want to start living your life intentionally, making things happen. Start monitoring and measuring the way you spend your time and spend your money, because ultimately what you're looking at is how you're spending your energy, and changing your life is all about changing the way that you manage your energy. Okay, so I want you to revise your time blocks, go over your schedule again, look at those 4 quadrants, and just re-examine those, decide what goes in what quadrant, because you may have been wrong the first time. Trim off some of the tasks like we talked about last week, some of the stuff that's just not necessary and is just cluttering up a lot of your time, or delegate it to somebody. Hire someone else out to do it. You think you're saving money by doing these things yourself, when what you're really not thinking about is the lost opportunity, because you're investing that time and energy into doing something you could pay somebody else to do. And meanwhile, you could be investing your energy into doing something that would help you grow, help you start a business, help you connect with your family. Too many people value their money over their time and energy. What I want you to do is value your time over your money and value your energy over your time. We've talked about that over the past several weeks. So revise your time blocks today. And remember, the purpose of doing this is to leverage the 80-20 rule in your life, which states that a small percentage of your actions are probably producing most of your results, but you're focusing most of your actions on the big percentage of actions, or most of your energy rather, and your time on the large percent of actions that are creating a small result, right? So in other words, 20% of the things you do are probably producing 80% of the value in your life, and 80% of the things you do are producing 20% of the value in your life. This is present in the cosmos. It's present out there in nature. It's present in organizations and families and personal lives. Do not think you're the exception to a freaking cosmic law. Get it on your side by tracking what you're doing with your time and leveraging the 80-20 rule. And you do that by revising your time blocks. And then we're going to wrap things up tomorrow. See you then.